Go.
Good afternoon. My name is Owen Keddy, and I will be representing the Crown today. The facts of the case are as follows. The young person, SB, and 3 other adults approached the victim, asking for his jacket. The victim refused. So one of the adults produced a knife. The victim then gave up the jacket. The thief then began to go through the jacket, taking the victim's wallet, cell phone, and some change. One of the adults then took the victim's bank card, and all 4 assailants convinced him to go to the ATM and give him his PIN number. One of the adults took $380 from the account. The victim was also forced to give up 2 rings and watch. The rings have been recovered, but the jacket has not. This event has had a big effect on the 17-year-old victim, as these items have been birthday presents and savings from his job and personal value. He says it has made him feel powerless. As the Crown, we realize that the burden of proof is on us, and the issue here today is to determine what the appropriate sentence is for this young person. So, how serious is the offense? In terms of offenses, robbery is at the higher end of the spectrum, being a straight indictable offense. Even though robbery is at the higher end of the spectrum, we must take into account the role that the young person played. In this case, he was not the one holding the knife, nor did he use the victim's bank card. The young person did not use any physical harm to harm the individual, but did cause emotional harm.
Could you please just state the offenses relating to this young person?
Sure. The offenses relating to this young person are robbery, as stated in section 343 of the Criminal Code. So, what are the aggravating and mitigating circumstances? The aggravating circumstances regarding this case are as follows. First, the young person has accepted responsibility of the robbery. Second, the youth in question went through the victim's pockets, obtaining his wallet, cell phone, and some change. Third, as part of the group, he compelled the victim to disclose his PIN number. Fourth, the young person has a youth record beginning at age 13. And fifth, we must consider the fact that robbery is the higher end of the spectrum. The mitigating circumstances regarding this case are as follows. First, the youth was the only minor in the group of 4. Second, he comes from a broken home, living with a disabled mother and 2 other siblings. Third, the youth has done well in previous custodial dispositions. And fourth, he has expressed deep regret over his involvement in this situation. How do we determine proportionate sentence? In this case, one of the adults involved pled guilty to the same charge of robbery, and he received a 90-day intermittent sentence and received an order of restitution in the sum of $320. Since the adult received the sentence, the Crown submits that this is the ceiling for the sentence of this young person. Are there reasonable sanctions other than custody? Since the ceiling is a 90-day intermittent sentence and an order of restitution, the Crown submits that it is not an option in this case. We submit the young person should be sentenced to probation for the duration of 18 months, pay a restitution of $100 caused to the victim's clothing, and that the youth must serve 80 hours of community service. What sanctions are meaningful? We must consider sanctions that are meaningful, and we must consider sanctions that are proportionate to the seriousness of the offense. First, we acknowledge that the young person pleaded guilty to the charge of robbery, and he takes full responsibility for his actions. Second, although involved, had less responsibility in the crime than the other participants did, as he did not hold the knife or use the victim's bank card. We submit the probation period of 18 months, 80 community service hours, and a restitution of $100 will help the youth stay connected to the community, and we hope the young person rehabilitate in the best possible way. First, we object any custodial sentences. Second, we object any deferred custody sentences. As a result, the Crown submits that the court should sentence the young person to 18 months of probation, 80 community service hours, and a restitution of $100. This allows the young person to be responsible for his actions and feel the repercussions of his actions, while simultaneously being one of the least restrictive sentences possible for the young person. So in conclusion, given our submissions, we confirm that the young person is guilty of robbery. The only question left to be answered is what the appropriate sentence would be for the young person for robbery under section 343 of the Criminal Code. In light of submissions made today, the Crown submits the only sentence for this young person is 18 months, 80 community service hours, and a restitution of $100. Thank you.